Welcome, California. I am Kyla Aquino Irving from the Our Promise team, keeping California strong for all. I'm super excited to present our first online tutorial with the Our Promise team. And today, Angelika Williams, our administrative assistant, is going to show you how to get your account started through your Cal Employee Connect. But first, we just want to know, Angelika, tell us a little bit about what you do.
Okay, well, I am the administrative assistant for the Our Promise campaign. I've worked at United Way for about 2 years, actually 2 years this month. And Tabitha always says every campaign is different. And honestly, this year, completely different from the last, but in really good ways. And I'm excited that we've moved online because this is something we've talked about since I joined the team. And I just think it's long overdue. And the online portal, I can't wait to show you guys. It's really easy to use. And yeah, I think you guys would enjoy it. It's really interactive, and we'll go through that today.
So just a bit of a background. I know that this is something that we've been hoping to see, having the accounts go digital for many years. We've been working on this just to make it easier, since I think in years past we had reams and reams of paper in the
Oh yeah.
office.
Oh yeah.
I'm
I
sure.
remember the first time I was like, how is this going out to all of California? I don't get it yet.
How
So
many 300,000 California employees?
yeah, exactly. So and all those forms have to be dispersed, whether or not people decide to donate, but they need to go out. So it's crazy. It was crazy during campaign season. We'd get hundreds of boxes in the back and have to sort them out per department. And this way it just kind of cuts that part out and people are able to log in themselves and makes it a little easier on our side too. So yeah.
Wonderful. Well, I can't wait to get into that.
Mhm.
So I am going to go ahead and let you get started with your presentation, and we'll stand by and answer. If anyone has a question, feel free to ask right there in the comment section below, and I will relay the questions to Angelika so that she can answer them in real time. And if not, we'll make sure that you get all of the info and links to our website so that you can read the tutorials and also ask any later questions that you might have, and we'll make sure you get those answered.
Yeah, I believe we have Tabitha and Ben will be able to help answer questions while I present, so that will be great. But yeah, of course, reach out to us afterwards and we can answer questions you may have. But
Okay.
let's see, I will start and let me start sharing my screen here. All right, so the very first step to creating your account with the Our Promise on the Our Promise portal is signing into your Cal Employee Connect. So this is basically the online site that the state controller provided all state workers once the pandemic hit, for state employees to go on and view their pay stubs, W-2s, all that good stuff. So this is where Our Promise is going to connect with the state controller. So you have to first sign into your Cal Employee Connect. And if you don't have an account, that's totally fine. You would just register. You only need a couple pieces of information to register your previous pay stub and your social security number. And that's how you would create your account on Cal Employee Connect. But for Our Promise, we don't ask for social security numbers anymore. So that's a good thing. We used to have them on the written forms. So yeah, you don't have to provide that to Our Promise anymore. So yeah, you would just click register if you don't have an account. And then if you do have an account, you would log in. And we have our preset login here. It's our little tester we're using. So I would type in my login, hit submit. And we are the lovely John Doe today. So this is what it will look like when you sign in. You'll be able to see your earnings and all that good stuff. But right below that, you'll have a what's new section. And the very first paragraph is the Our Promise campaign 2020, kind of giving you a spiel of what the Our Promise campaign is. When it started last month. So We're about halfway through the campaign season, but if you keep going, the very last sentence, you'll see user profile. It's a hyperlink, so you can click on that there. And you see our Promise logo right here in the bottom left corner with the click to enroll button. Your employee ID is what we're going to need, but once you hit the click to enroll, your employee ID will show up here. So that's great. And then you would simply click the copy button here, which is nice and easy. You don't have to highlight it or anything, just hit copy and it's copied for you. And then you would go click on go to our promise. I'm not going to click there because for us on the back end, we have a different way of going there, but you would click go to our promise right here, and then it will take you right to this page on our website. And here you would paste your employee ID that you just copied. Oh, sorry. I have my own. So okay, so you would paste it here, and yours is probably going to have dashes in it. That's completely fine and normal. Ours doesn't. This is our tester one, so it's going to look a little different. And then you would hit I'm not a robot and submit. All right, and then you would be at your creating an account / registration page. And here you would want to put in your personal email address. And this is just information that we'll be using. This will be your information that we need on the back end, just in case we need to reach out about your donations. So it's really important that you provide your personal. You can use your work, but we just encourage your personal because sometimes state employees happen to move departments and such. And then when you create your user ID, the most important thing is that you don't have a space in your user ID, because if you put a space in your user ID, it's going to give you an error message when you try to log in. So just no spaces when creating your user ID. I think the minimum is 5 characters, but it can be all lowercase if you like. It could be yeah, whatever you want, just no spaces. And same with the password, minimum of 5 characters, could be all numbers if you want, all letters, could be lowercase. Just create your password. And then retype your password to verify it. And then type in your address. Sorry, I can't type. And phone number. This is all information that's just needed on the back end. We're not giving it out or anything. This is just in case we need to reach out to you about your donation. And then your work zip code. You would enter it right here, and just note that, you know, sometimes people, their home address is going to be different from their or home zip code is different from their work zip code. Maybe you work in the Bay Area, but you live in Sacramento. So those are going to be different. So just make sure you're putting your work zip code in this one here. We use it when we're collecting fundraising dollars. So it's just good for us to know so we can track our donations per region and location. And then you would hit create account. And you would get this pop-up message here. And from here, you're going to look, or you're going to check your email address that you put at the very top. And it will send your PIN to that email address. And definitely check your junk mail in case you don't get it the first time around. It could have sent to your junk mail if you have any filters on there. But yes, you would just use your PIN that you received.
Angelika, how quickly do they get the notification? Is it like in an hour? Is it in like 10 minutes?
Oh, it's instant. I just received mine. It took a matter of seconds. So yeah, it shouldn't take long at all. And if it happens to not send right away, you can hit the resend button if you need to. But yeah, it sends right away. I just got mine and I have it pulled up on my phone, so it was easier to access. So you type in the PIN that you received and you would hit confirm. Okay. This seems to be wrong. Let's see, hold on. Let me resend my PIN then. I'll hit resend. Let me check my, okay. Okay, we'll try this again. And then you would hit confirm. Good, I know it's going through because I see the little search or the little loading bar at the top.
Always a good sign.
Yes. And then you would use the user ID that you just created. And the password you just created to log in. Great, and then you will be at this page here. This is where you would make your pledge as a new user or a new donor. So if you scroll down, you have the first option. It'll be defaulted to this first option, which is your payroll deduction. So deductions for payroll, they're going to begin January 2021, but technically state workers, they get paid on December 31st. So your December 31st pay warrant, but we just say January 2021. And so this first section here is going to be my monthly. So there is a minimum of just $5 a month to one nonprofit. So today I'm feeling I want to donate to two different nonprofits, and we'll go the minimum for each of them. So therefore, my monthly would be $10 because I'm giving to two different nonprofits at $5. So it auto populates too, which is nice. It's going to auto populate your total annual pledge here. So now my annual is 120. My monthly up here is 10. And right here in this chart, it's going to tell you how much of those funds are designated and how much is undesignated. So what this means is right now I have $0 designated because I haven't chosen my nonprofit yet. But the undesignated, so undesignated is 120 right now. And that basically means if I left it like this, then my funds would go to my local United Way based on my work location. And honestly, most state donors, they designate their funds. I would say 90% designate their funds, but in case you decide you don't want to designate it and you're okay with it going to your local United Way, that's what would happen if you left it undesignated. So moving on, this is where we would search our nonprofits. We have thousands of certified nonprofits under the Our Promise campaign. So this is what we would be searching right here. So I would start with my first nonprofit I want to give to Make-A-Wish. So I would just type in Make-A-Wish and search that. And of course, there's tons of Make-A-Wish locations. So you'll see the ones that are certified with us here, all the different locations. I already see the one I want to give to. I want to give to Greater Bay Area. So I can even scroll over the little page icon here and it shows me the address and phone number just to verify like, okay, yeah, this is the one in Oakland. This is the one I want. So I'm going to hit the plus sign and that's going to add that nonprofit. And up here, you see, you would type in how much of that 120 of the funds is going to Make-A-Wish. So I'm going to do my $5 a month minimum, $60 annually. So that's going to go to Make-A-Wish. And then I still have, if you go up here, you'll see that I still have $60 left that's undesignated. So I'll go ahead and search my next nonprofit, which I'll do Front Street Animal Shelter, Front Street, and I'll hit search. All right, I have a couple here. Friends of Front Street. I can go over details. Great, that's the one that I wanted. So again, plus sign, and I would designate my other $60. So now if I go up, I know I have my 120 is all designated and selected. So that's good. I've chosen where my funds are going. And say I'm thinking about it again, and I realize, no, I don't think I want Friends of Front Street anymore, and that's fine. You can click this red X right here, and it would remove that that line. It's really easy too. You would exit this and then continue your search, or if you'd like, we have a write-in section. Say you weren't able to find the nonprofit that you wanted, and maybe they're not certified with us this year, and that's completely okay. As long as they're a valid 501c3, you can choose this write-in option here. And the write-in option is where you'll fill in the information of the nonprofit that you want to donate to, how much annually you want to give to them, the name of the nonprofit, the address, of course, and then most importantly, we do need the tax ID. That's the unique number for each nonprofit, so that we can verify them with the IRS and the Department of Justice, and just make sure that they're valid. And we do that with all the nonprofits that come through the Our Promise campaign. We make sure we validate them. So, and then once I've put all that information in, I would hit add. I'm not going to do that because I've already chosen mine. So we'll cancel that. But yeah, I already have my 2 here. So as you keep scrolling down, you would just verify that this information is correct. Got my name, my email address, my home address.
Quick,
And
Angelica.
yeah,
I saw a link to GuideStar up there. Does that help you find a tax ID number?
it does. Yeah, thanks for saying that. Yeah. So where was that even? Where'd we go?
Scroll down where it says nonprofits. No,
Was it
right
in
in.
the write-in
Down.
section?
There you
Yes.
go.
Perfect. Okay, yeah. So in the write-in section, this is actually a really good thing you mentioned it, because GuideStar is a good tool to use if you say you know the name of your nonprofit, but you don't know their tax ID, which most people don't. You can go to GuideStar, and they do provide the tax ID of nonprofits. So you can search on GuideStar for your nonprofit. You can get the information, get their tax ID. A lot of the time, GuideStar does give the website of the nonprofits that you're searching to. So you can click on the website of your nonprofit that you want, and just make sure you put in the correct address for them, so that when they get their checks, it's going to the right place. But yeah, really good tool to use. GuideStar right here. You can click on it if you need to. Thanks, Kyla. Okay, so yes, down to your information. You would just make sure this looks right. And then there's some boxes to check at the bottom. So this first box here, acknowledge my pledge. This is really just for us and for your own nonprofits that you're donating to strictly. We don't sell your information. We don't give it out to any other parties. It would be just for us and your nonprofits you're donating to. Because your nonprofits do have access to request their donor information if they want to send out thank you letters or things like that. So I would hit sure, you can release that information to my nonprofits. It's automatically checked to send you an email confirmation. So this is good. So once you're done with everything, you would get that confirmation sent to you. I would like to receive news from Our Promise. So this is our monthly newsletter. It's not like we send you stuff every day, every week. It's really just Our Promise updates monthly. So that box will be checked. And then this last option here, I'm planning to retire in the next 6 to 9 months. That is for our retirees, because we do have an option to give after retirement. So if you're planning to retire soon, that's a box you would want to check so that you can receive some information on how you can do that. And then you would just hit confirm, and you would get all your confirmation sent to you, and you would be all set. And that is how you would set up your monthly donations as a new donor. And so I'll go into how to make a one-time gift, because that's another option we do have.
Got it.
So if you scroll back up here at the top of the page where you were before when you first got here, you
Mhm.
had the payroll deduction, and the second option, one-time gift, you would click on that. And it already carried over my information from the other one. So that's good. Say that I decide I want to just give my one-time gift now. That's completely fine. And you can do that. And it still has where I want it designated, which is good. Still want to give to Make-A-Wish and Friends of Front Street. So I would keep my designations. You would keep scrolling down, and same thing, checking that your information looks okay. And once you get down here, this is where you would put in your debit or credit card information. It's okay to use debit. A lot of times people think, oh, it's just credit cards, but you can definitely use a debit card as well.
That's good to know.
Yes. And I would choose my what kind of card it is. Is it a Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover? Choose what type of card you're using. And then this right here is going to automatically have your home address in these boxes. So if you're using like your spouse's card, or maybe your card is linked to a different address, just make sure you change that address to be the address that's linked to the card you're using. And then email address so that you can get confirmation. And then you would just hit confirm and pay. And the one thing to remember about a one-time gift is that it does take out immediately. It's not like the payroll deduction where it'll start at the end of December. It is going to take out immediately. So that is one thing to note. The difference between payroll, which happens monthly, starting at the end of December, versus a one-time payment that happens one time, immediately taken from your card. So, yep, if I was done and I had all my information in, I would hit confirm and pay. And I would be all set with my one time. And of course, you would get the confirmation to your email as well. And then scrolling up, say I logged in, I've created my profile, but I realized I'm just not ready to give right now. That's okay. We do have an option here, the third option, third tab over. I do not wish to give at this time. You would just click on that, and it just asks for your email just to send you a confirmation like, okay, thanks, you're not donating. We understand you don't wish to give at this time. Just confirming that, and you would just hit confirm. But it's a good thing that you've created an account anyways, because maybe in a couple months you realize, okay, I think I'm ready to give. I know where I want to give now. I'm confident in a place, and I want to start giving monthly, or I want to give a one time. You can always sign back into your portal and go and make that change, or decide to start a payroll deduction. So this is why we're really encouraging everyone to make an account, because even if you're a current donor and you want to keep everything the same right now, maybe down the line you're realizing like, I don't have it right now. I need to stop. If you've created your account already with us, then you can go do that. You can log in yourself and you can cancel your deductions later down the line, but you do have to create your account within November 13th is the last day you can create your account through Cal Employee Connect. So we're really encouraging everyone to just make that account, even if you're not wanting to make a change right now.
Got it. One
Yeah.
more question. Angelica, so if someone has been a longtime giver for the Our Promise program,
Mhm.
when they create their account, is it going to show what they used to have before?
Yes, perfect timing, because I'm going to get into what it will look like as a current donor when you sign in. So it's going to be the layout will be similar, but I'll show you what it's like for a current donor when they log into um, their portal. So again, for current donors, you still have to create your new account through Cal Employee Connect first, and then you would log in. But once you log in, it'll look a little different. So let's do that. We will see what it's like for a current donor. So for a current donor, this is our lovely just tester user ID and password. So you would sign in with your user ID that you've just created, even as a current donor through Cal Employee Connect. you've created your login, you would type it in here, and then I would hit login. And for this one, it'll show you what you're currently giving. So for this year, it's showing campaign year 2020. Technically that 2020 is happening now, but say this is my current donation, it's going to show you what you're currently giving. And so I would look over it. There's a lot of extra information here. Most importantly is just your pledge amount and like where it's going. I see that my agency name is Water. That's our made up charity. So I got my water charity I'm giving to at 192 annually. So we have 3 options down here. Once you keep scrolling all the way down, you'll see 3 different options. The first one is keep my current donation and just send a confirmation. This just means I'm a current donor. I like giving to this charity. I've been giving to them for years and I want to keep it. So you would just hit keep current donation and send my confirmation. And that's as simple as that. The next option is review/change my current donation. And that's the one we'll get into, but that's basically looking over what you're giving and maybe making a change, adding a nonprofit, or maybe deleting your previous and donating to a whole new one. And then the last option is cancel my current donation, which obviously we would want you to keep your donation, but we do understand that sometimes, times are different right now. And I just, maybe you can't give, so that's fine. And we have that easy cancel current donation button. So you would just click on that to cancel. And again, all of these changes will take effect on your December 31st pay warrant. So if you're currently giving, your donations through November and December through the rest of the year are still happening. This is just going to take effect for 2021. But yeah. So I am going to show you review and change my current donation. So I would click there.
Question. So
Yeah.
now this means anytime during the calendar year, we can go in and make changes?
Correct. Yes. Yes. As long as you've created your account through
Yeah.
Cal Employee Connect. So if you haven't, if maybe you just didn't get to it and I'm a state donor and I didn't make an account through Cal Employee Connect and it's already closed, at that point you would have to just reach out to someone from the Our Promise team. But if you do have an account, that's one of the good benefits of it, is that you can go in and you can manage your donation a lot easier and manage it yourself. So, okay. So I sign in and I chose to review/change my donation. So I would be at this page here. And I already have what I'm currently giving. My current monthly is $16. Total annual pledge is 192. So if you keep scrolling down, you'll see, okay, here's my charity for water. That's perfect. But if I wanted to add a nonprofit, I would, again, just like the last demonstration for the new donor, I would search in the key search box for my nonprofit that I want to add, search it, and then add that there. Or if I don't even want to give to my water charity anymore, I can remove that and just add whatever new one I decide. Again, you have your write-in option here. And same like before, you would check these boxes, you would confirm, and you would be all done. But the best thing about this is that, a lot of the times people forget, people who've been donors for years and years and just kind of let it roll over, because your donations do roll over the same every year if you don't make a change or you don't stop or anything. Sometimes people forget, it's been years and they can't even remember where they gave to, but by logging in and reviewing their donation, I'm able to see, oh yeah, like that's who I'm giving to. It's, and you can change it and manage it that way if you want. So, and then, yeah, you would hit confirm. And all the way at the top, I'm going to go through these tabs. My donation history. This is one of the tabs at the very top in your portal. If I clicked on that, it would show up to 3 years of your donation history. Mine only has the current year, but yours would have the previous 3 years of history if you've been a donor for that long. And of course, here's our email address to contact us for any questions you have. Please feel free to do that. And then we also have an FAQs page. So maybe you can get one of your questions answered on this page before even needing to reach out to us. So this is a good one too. Frequently asked questions. You can go through this. There's not too much, but definitely some important ones that we get asked a lot.
Right.
And then your profile, which is really nice because this will edit on our back end too. So say I moved and I need to update my address, I can just go to my profile, edit my address, and then scroll down and hit save. And we would get that change on our end too, which is really nice. Even for your phone number, you know, sometimes we do need to reach out to donors in regards to their donation. So it's really good that you have updated information in here for us in case we do have to reach out to you. And that's about it. If I ever needed to, if I'm in my other tabs, but I need to go back to where I'm going to donate, you just go to donate now and you're back on your pledge page. But let's see. I think that's it. And definitely reach out to us. Go to ourpromiseca.org. You can go to our contact us page. We have our hotline phone number there, and our email addresses on how to contact us for questions. But I hope this was helpful, and I hope everyone finds this easy and interactive because we really love it, and we're excited to have this platform be online starting this year. It's a big change for us, but it's a really great change and a much needed change. So
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Angelica, for the run through. And we will be hearing from you since you usually are the one that responds to these requests when we
I
need
am.
this. So thank you so much. Please stay tuned. This will actually be recorded so that you can refer to this at any point in the future. And also, we will have weekly sessions with different content, whether it's meeting some new nonprofits or learning more things from our Promise team, as well as some of the leadership volunteers who are fellow state employees. So stay tuned and keep California strong for all, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay, I think we're